Kids haven't figured it out by now, folks. We got betrayed, and we got betrayed badly. There's treason, and then there's high treason. High treason is when you subvert the Constitution, when you put your policies ahead of the document that's supposed to be the foundation of this country. And that's what they're trying to cover up. That's what they did. And there's no telling how far these wingnuts are going to go to cover up what we already know.
For sure.
But somebody else has got to hold us by the hand like we're 3-year-olds and walk us through the whole thing. I think the American people deserve a little bit more credit and a hell of a lot more respect.
Double-barreled, I told you so.
They're not protecting Biden. They're not. They're protecting Obama. I want to ask you a simple question. Listen, just seriously in the chat. I'm not trying to make it interactive for just interactivity's sake. How many of you have to type an O in the chat if you think it's about Obama and a B if you think it's about Biden? Do you think they care about Biden? They would like nothing more than to see Biden go away. Nothing. They want Gavin Newsom. There you go. I'm going to ask you a question out there. What do all of the big political scandals of the last few years have in common? Let's go through them one by one. The Russia collusion hoax scandal. Who was president when the collusion hoax was invented? Oh, wow. It was Obama. So strange. The Spygate scandal, when they started spying on the Trump campaign. Who was president? Gosh, let me think about that. That's right. It was Obama. The Hillary email scandal. Who appointed Hillary Secretary of State, and who was Hillary Clinton emailing in the Hillary email scandal classified information? She was appointed by Obama, and she was emailing Obama on his BlackBerry. How do we know? Because it's already been out in the media. By Obama's BlackBerry had to be whitelisted for email addresses, of which Hillary's private email address was one of them. Who told them to whitelist Hillary's private email address? Of course, Obama. Biden bribery scandal, where we now have an informant for the FBI who has indicated as far back as 2023 years ago that Biden took a $5 million bribe in exchange for policy decisions. Biden was the vice president when this is alleged to have happened. So how the hell could Biden take a bribe for policy decisions he couldn't make? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the vice president doesn't make policy decisions. Right. Who does? That's right.
The president.
Obama. Yes, you did, sir. Very bad. And selecting Joe Biden as your vice president was one of them. All roads lead to Obama. Every single one of these scandals, they are not protecting who you think they're protecting. They are protecting Obama. Why? The why matters. Why?
Yeah, why?
Obama is their golden calf, man. You got to understand, take yourself out of your sanity mode for a minute and put yourself into the insane left mode. Who is their god, small g god of politics? Obama. He is effectively their Reagan. Imagine you're one of them now. Who's the guy most of us like in the conservative side? We look to the Reagan presidency and go like, wow, that was pretty good. 84, 85, 86, big economy. Reagan's always been a popular figure. You may not like him personally or whatever. Some of you may be more libertarian. Whatever. I'm just telling you, on the right, large majorities think Reagan was a really good president, re-elected in monster landslides, okay? This is what Obama is to them. And the minute Obama's legacy gets tarnished with the truth of it, that it was the most scandal-ridden, corrupt presidency in U.S. history, when the truth comes out on that, you need to understand that liberalism's tolerance, coexist, we're better than you filthy conservative slobs image is going to be tarnished. Don't doubt me on this. It's not about Obama getting arrested. The guy's completely insulated. He has zero chance, despite all of these scandals involving him, of ever being prosecuted. It's not about that. Liberals need America to believe in their propaganda efforts, that they're our betters. They're our moral betters. They care more. They run a more efficient government. Government's a good thing. If their biggest advocate for this model, Barack Obama, turns out to be the most corrupt president in U.S. history, while simultaneously using the weapons of government for his corruption, while simultaneously advocating that big government's a big thing, their whole moral reason for being falls apart. Do you understand? Am I explaining that well? Dude, am I explaining this well? Because if you don't get this, you're never going to understand anything on this show. It's a waste of our time. You need to understand that. Their entire reason for being is big government. Obama's their champion. He used big government not for good, but to food people. Once it comes out, it'll make a world of sense. Spygate, Obama was in charge. Collusion hoax, Obama's in charge. The Hillary email scandal, Obama's in charge. The bribery scandal, Obama's in charge. There's a common thread. This isn't a conspiracy theory. What did I just say that's not factually accurate? Was this Biden scandal explodes with this allegation that he took a $5 million bribe as vice president. Obama's vice president. Keep that in mind. Andy Biggs appeared on Fox yesterday. He was talking about these massive payoffs. They have bank records of them. They now have bank records. Nobody disputes the authenticity of these bank records flowing into the Biden Inc. crime network while he's vice president. Nobody disputes it. Vice president talk about how big this network of payments is. They can't run from this anymore. Check this out.
Money has changed hands, gone to multiple business entities that we believe were shell corporations set up by the Biden family, and it's gone to 9 members of the Biden family, including grandchildren from various nations or bad actors in various nations. So we look at it and say, this seems to be credible and have a link to Joe Biden. Certainly, if it's not providing a link evidentiary-wise, it certainly would temporally-wise. What I mean by that is timing-wise. It would be consistent with the timing of him being a vice president and timing with all of these other monies coming into these accounts.
It would be consistent with the time he was vice president. I'll ask you again, if he's vice president, what decision-making authority does he have? The answer is freaking zero. If he's not casting a deciding vote in the Senate, he's the president of the Senate, is useless. Do you understand that? He's useless. How did Obama not know?
He had to.
He had to. There's no way he couldn't have.
He probably did. Let's back up a little bit. If Obama knew about Biden's bribe and did nothing about it, how serious is this and how did this bribe work? Just the news. Check out my newsletter today on Gino.com. Biden allegations since 2017. Through impeachment elections, lawmakers said. Talking about Jim Comer. Folks, they've known about this. The FBI has been covering for Obama since 2017. It's 2023. Report that would think and 10% of the information redacted and made clear the allegations were first reported to the FBI back in 2017 as Donald Trump was beginning his term as president. Isn't that convenient? Comer noted, as I said, ding, 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 prediction number 1,246 comes true. Comer told Just the News, yes, the bribe, it's Ukraine. That's where the bribe came from. He's shocked, Joe. He show us a shot. I wrote about this in my book, Follow the Money. I wrote about it, a whole chapter. Here, look, I don't give a crap if you buy it or not. Get it from the library. There's a chapter called Invading Ukraine. I've been telling you about this forever. Ukraine was a piggy bank for everybody, including the Biden team. Now, here's where the story gets freaky-deaky-doo. It's worse. Comer said the informant's allegation is a Ukrainian businessman was to pay $5 million to the Biden family in return for a U.S. policy decision Joe Biden could impact. Notice the word impact. I didn't say a policy decision Joe Biden could make, because for the third time, Biden was not the president. Obama was vice president. The decision was made by Obama.
All right, in my chosen profession, I don't really get to be wrong. Or at least I don't get to make a habit out of it. But this is the part where I admit I was wrong. I thought that people involved with content moderation would eventually come to the truth themselves based on the things that they were moderating. Because a lot of things raise a lot of questions. If you're willing to ask them, I suppose. One, what should be the most important one, is why is speech such a sought-after subject on the suppression and censorship side of things? It's obvious to everybody by now, at least if you got an IQ high enough to tie your own damn shoes, that it ain't about making a safe community for everyone. It's about suppressing and controlling the truth. Indeed, Mr. or Mrs. YouTube moderator, you are a traitor to your country. And my sincere hope is you get exactly what you deserve.